Welcome to my channel Old Coin History. Here, we explore the fascinating world of coins, from ancient treasures to modern collectibles. Whether you're a serious collector, a beginner, or just curious, there's something here for everyone. Get insights on coin values, history, and tips for smart collecting. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. The 5 cents Australia 2002 coin is a small but historically and culturally significant piece of Australian currency, produced by the Royal Australian Mint as part of the standard decimal currency system that was first introduced in Australia on the 14th of February 1966, when the country transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern dollar and cent structure. The Australian 5-cent coin is one of the smallest denominations still in circulation today, both in terms of size and face value, and it has been an essential component of everyday transactions for decades, even though inflation over the years has reduced its practical purchasing power. The 2002 issue of the 5-cent coin belongs to the regular circulation series and features the standard designs that have become iconic symbols of Australia's national identity, showcasing both the country's connection to the British monarchy and its unique native wildlife. On the obverse side front of the 2002 Australian 5-cent coin, there is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was Australia's head of state at the time. This portrait was designed by the renowned British sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials, IRB, can be found just below the Queen's neckline on the coin. The Ian Rank Broadley effigy was first introduced in 1999 and continued to be used on Australian coins until 2019. In this depiction, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a famous royal jewel. The design is more realistic and less stylized than earlier portraits, capturing fine details of the Queen's facial features. Around the portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II Australia 2002, indicating the monarch's name, the issuing country, and the year of minting. This design reflects Australia's historical ties to the British Commonwealth while also marking its independent identity as a sovereign nation that maintains the monarchy as part of its constitutional framework. On the reverse side back of the 5-cent coin, the central image is the echidna, one of Australia's most unique and distinctive native animals. The echidna, sometimes called the spiny anteater, is a small, egg-laying mammal covered in sharp spines and is one of only 2 monotremes in the world, the other being the platypus. This reverse design was created by Stuart Devlin, who was the official goldsmith and jeweler to Queen Elizabeth II. Devlin's design is highly detailed, showing the echidna curled around with its long snout prominently featured, symbolizing Australia's remarkable and diverse wildlife. Below the echidna, the denomination, 5, is engraved, representing the coin's face value of 5 cents. This design has remained unchanged since 1966, making it one of the longest-running and most recognizable coin designs in Australian currency history. The specifications of the 5-cent coin include a diameter of 19.41 mm, a thickness of 1.30 mm, and a weight of 2.83 grams. It is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a distinctive silvery appearance. The coin has a smooth, rounded edge, and its small size makes it easy to carry but also prone to being overlooked or lost, which has contributed to discussions about whether the denomination should eventually be withdrawn from circulation. The Royal Australian Mint produced millions of these coins in 2002 to meet public demand, ensuring their widespread use across the country. The historical context of 2002 is also noteworthy, as this was a period of economic growth and modernization for Australia. In that same year, Australia continued to commemorate its strong heritage and evolving national identity. While the 2002 5-cent coin itself was not issued as a special commemorative piece, unlike higher denominations that sometimes feature special designs, it still serves as a snapshot of Australia's ongoing commitment to preserving its traditional currency imagery while adapting to the future. From a collecting perspective, the 2002 5-cent coin is considered a common circulation coin, meaning it is not rare or highly valuable in most conditions. However, collectors may still seek out coins in uncirculated or proof condition, as these can be worth more than their face value. Proof versions, which are specially struck for collectors with a high polish finish, were also produced in limited quantities by the Royal Australian Mint. Coins with minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, or other anomalies, can also be of significant interest to numismatists and may command higher prices on the collector's market. The symbolism of the echidna on the reverse side highlights Australia's deep connection to its natural environment. Echidnas are ancient creatures that have survived for millions of years, representing resilience, adaptation, and the uniqueness of Australia's wildlife. By featuring this animal, the coin serves as both a functional piece of currency and a miniature ambassador for the nation's ecological heritage. The continued use of this design for over 5 decades also speaks to its timelessness and widespread public appreciation. In terms of economic significance, while the purchasing power of 5 cents has diminished over time, the coin remains a vital part of Australia's decimal currency system. Businesses, banks, and individuals still rely on it for precise transactions, and rounding policies only apply to cash totals rather than eliminating the denomination entirely. The debate over whether to discontinue the 5-cent coin has been ongoing, with arguments centered around production costs versus practical usage. Interestingly, in 2002, the cost to produce each coin was already nearing its face value, sparking early discussions about its long-term viability. To summarize, the 5 cents Australia 2002 coin is a small yet meaningful artifact that encapsulates Australia's history, monarchy, wildlife, and economy. With its obverse showcasing the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley and its reverse proudly featuring Stuart Devlin's iconic echidna design, it represents a bridge between tradition and modernity. Though common in circulation and modest in monetary worth, it holds great cultural and symbolic value. Collectors, historians, and everyday Australians alike can appreciate this coin not only for its role in commerce but also for its connection to the rich narrative of Australia's national story. Next coin. The 5 cents Australia 2016 coin is a small but highly significant piece of modern Australian currency, deeply rooted in the country's monetary history, cultural heritage, and symbolic identity. Produced by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the official institution responsible for minting Australia's circulating coins, the 2016 5-cent coin continues a legacy that began on the 14th of February 1966, the day Australia transitioned from the old imperial currency system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system based on dollars and cents. The 5-cent coin has always been the smallest denomination in Australia's decimal currency series and, despite its low face value and small physical size, it has played a vital role in everyday commerce, rounding off cash transactions and representing a tangible connection to both Australia's native wildlife and its historical ties to the British monarchy. By 2016, the 5-cent coin had already been in continuous production for 50 years, making it a key artifact of Australia's modern financial and cultural life. On the obverse side front of the 2016 5-cent coin is a detailed and dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who served as Australia's head of state at the time. This particular effigy was designed by the British sculptor Ian Rank Broadley, whose work first appeared on Australian coins in 1999 and remained in use until 2019. The Rank Broadley portrait is renowned for its realistic style, portraying the Queen with a more mature and lifelike appearance compared to earlier, more idealized depictions. In this design, Queen Elizabeth II is shown facing right, wearing the elegant Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of the most famous pieces in the royal collection. Beneath the Queen's neckline are the designer's initials, IRB, subtly integrated into the design. Around the outer rim of the coin, an inscription reads, Elizabeth II Australia 2016, identifying the monarch, the issuing nation, and the year of minting. This obverse side reflects Australia's ongoing constitutional monarchy and its membership in the Commonwealth of Nations, while also emphasizing the country's independent identity and modern status as a sovereign nation. The reverse side back of the 5-cent coin features one of Australia's most distinctive and beloved native animals, the echidna, also known as the spiny anteater. The design shows the echidna curled protectively around the central numeral, 5 inches, which represents the coin's denomination. The echidna is depicted with intricate detail, highlighting its spines, claws, and long snout. This iconic image was created by Stuart Devlin, a master goldsmith and designer who served as the official goldsmith and jeweler to Queen Elizabeth II. Devlin's wildlife designs for Australia's decimal coins have become world famous for their artistry and symbolic meaning. The echidna itself is a remarkable creature, being one of only 2 monotremes, egg-laying mammals, in existence, the other being the platypus. Native to Australia and New Guinea, echidnas are ancient animals whose lineage dates back millions of years, making them a powerful symbol of resilience, adaptability, and the uniqueness of Australia's ecosystem. The continued use of this reverse design since 1966 demonstrates its timeless appeal and its deep resonance with Australian identity. The physical characteristics of the 2016 5-cent coin align with the long-established specifications of the denomination. It has a diameter of 19.41 millimeters, a thickness of 1.30 millimeters, and a weight of 2.83 grams, making it one of the smallest and lightest coins in Australia's decimal series. The composition is a cupro-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives the coin its silvery color and durability. The edge of the coin is smooth, without reading, contributing to its simple yet functional design. Because of its small size, the coin is often easily misplaced or overlooked, and in daily life, it is sometimes considered cumbersome by the public, especially as inflation has eroded its purchasing power over the decades. Nevertheless, in 2016, the 5-cent coin continued to play a crucial role in exact cash payments and rounding systems, keeping the Australian currency system practical and precise. The year 2016 holds special significance in the history of Australian decimal currency because it marked the 50th anniversary of decimalisation, which began in 1966. The Royal Australian Mint celebrated this milestone with special commemorative issues for other denominations, such as the 50-cent and $1 coins, but the standard 5-cent coin retained its traditional design. This continuity underscored the enduring nature of Stuart Devlin's reverse artwork and its central role in the identity of Australia's coinage. The 5-cent coin minted in 2016 was issued primarily for circulation, meaning millions were produced to meet the needs of businesses, banks, and the general public across the country. While most 2016 5-cent coins are common and have no premium value beyond their face value, uncirculated examples, proof sets, and error coins can be of particular interest to collectors and numismatists. Proof versions, produced in highly polished finishes for collectors, were struck in limited quantities, making them more desirable and valuable over time. From a numismatic perspective, collectors pay attention to details such as minting errors that can occur during production. Examples include double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins with missing details. Such anomalies are rare and can significantly increase a coin's value in the collector's market. The 2016 issue, while generally considered common, is sometimes sought after for its symbolic connection to the 50-year anniversary of Australia's decimal system, even though the design itself remained standard. In economic terms, the 5-cent coin in 2016 had very limited purchasing power, as 5 cents could only buy a fraction of what it did in 1966. At the same time, the cost of producing each coin was approaching, and in some cases even exceeding, its face value. This economic imbalance sparked renewed debates about whether the 5-cent coins should be retired from circulation, much like the 1 and 2 cent coins that were officially withdrawn from use in 1992. Supporters of keeping the coin argued that it remained essential for rounding and accuracy in cash transactions, while opponents suggested that modern digital payment systems made the denomination increasingly obsolete. Despite these discussions, the coin remained in active circulation throughout 2016 and beyond, continuing its role as a foundational unit of Australian currency. The symbolic meaning of the echidna on the reverse side goes beyond its role as an attractive design element. Echidnas are solitary, resilient creatures that have survived environmental changes and predators for millions of years. By featuring this animal, the coin serves as a daily reminder of Australia's deep and ancient connection to its natural environment. The echidna's unique biology, being one of the only mammals that lay eggs, also reflects the exceptional diversity of life on the Australian continent. This design celebrates not only Australia's wildlife but also its broader values of conservation, resilience, and harmony with nature. In cultural and historical context, the 5-cent coin also represents Australia's journey as a modern nation. The obverse side, with its portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, connects Australia to its historical roots as part of the British Commonwealth, while the reverse side celebrates its distinctly Australian identity through its native fauna. This dual symbolism reflects Australia's evolving relationship with tradition and progress, heritage and independence. In 2016, these themes were especially relevant as the nation celebrated half a century of decimal currency, reflecting on the achievements of the past while looking forward to the challenges and opportunities of the future. From a practical standpoint, the 2016 5-cent coin circulated widely across Australia in a variety of settings, from supermarkets and cafes to banks and vending machines. Although its small size made it somewhat inconvenient to handle, it remained indispensable for certain transactions, especially when dealing with totals that required precise rounding. For many Australians, handling a 5-cent coin was a familiar and nostalgic experience, connecting them to childhood memories of saving pocket change or using coins to buy small treats. In summary, the 5 cents Australia 2016 coin is a modest yet profoundly meaningful piece of currency. It carries with it layers of history, culture, and symbolism, from its depiction of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse to Stuart Devlin's timeless echidna design on the reverse. While economically it represents only a small unit of value, its role in Australia's monetary system and its significance as a symbol of national identity cannot be overstated. Whether viewed as a functional tool of commerce, a collectible item for numismatists, or a miniature work of art, the 2016 5-cent coin stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of Australia's decimal currency system, marking a half-century of progress and continuity in the nation's financial and cultural story. Please like and subscribe to my channel.